Hello, Magicasters! My name is Chance, welcome to my Spellbook, and thank you so much for tuning into the 36th episode of our second level spell series. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the most optimistically disappointing roller coaster ride of a spells, basically in 5e. Today we're going to be taking a look at Healing Spirit. Now, if you've done any matter of Googling regarding overpowered spells in 5th edition, and I'm sure most of you have, this is bound to have made a couple of the lists. At least it was that way. It's not really that case anymore. They nerfed it pretty hard, and we'll get into why that is. But before we do, this spell is usable by the Druid and the Ranger, and it is found in the Xanathar's Guide to Everything book, which goes without saying is an absolute must-have if you're playing 5e. There's so much great content in there that it's almost difficult to really build a multi-dimensional character without it. In any case, let's take a look at the mechanics so we can better understand this spell. So the effect at a glance reads as followed. Create a magical avatar that heals creatures within its area 1d6. The avatar can heal up to 1 plus your spellcasting modifier. As a bonus action, you can move the avatar 30 feet. Your cast time is 1 bonus action, which is great. Your range is 60 feet, but the actual area of effect is a 5-foot cube. The duration is 1 minute. Sadly, it's concentration, but it's pretty good. And then the components are verbal and somatic. At higher levels, the amount of healing increases by 1d6 per spell slot level above 2nd. So if you cast it using a 3rd level spell slot, it would heal 2d6. And the school is Conjuration, which makes sense. Now let's look into the full description, and I'll kind of explain the pseudo-broken nature of it and how it was corrected here as well. You call forth a nature spirit to soothe the wounded. The intangible spirit appears in a place that is a 5-foot cube you can see within range. The spirit looks like a transparent beast or fae, and that's up to you. Until the spell ends, whenever you or a creature you can see moves into the spirit's space for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there, you can cause the spirit to restore 1d6 hit points to that creature. No action required, by the way. The spirit can't heal constructs or undead. The spirit can heal a number of times equal to 1 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, a minimum of twice. After healing the number of times, the spirit disappears. And as a bonus action on your turn, you can move the spirit up to 30 feet to a space you can see. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, the spell healing increases by 1d6 for each slot level above 1st. Okay, so back in ye old good days, that restraint on the amount of times it can heal didn't used to be there. They added it in as an errata after the fact. Now the reason why that made it broken is within combat you could get a ridiculous amount of healing and a virtually guaranteed full HP at the end of combat encounters for the use of a simple 2nd level spell slot, which needless to say is pretty common, especially at the higher levels. So because of that, and because there was like the whole ring around the rosy concept, they decided to nerf it a little by limiting the amount of times it could heal. Sad part of that is it made it a lot less desirable, to say the least. The Ranger in 5e has been hurt quite a bit in terms of their spell selection, and this was one of the best spells they had access to in terms of being a support character, and then they lost it, so it's kind of hurtful. I get they have subclasses that can work as support, I get all that, but you know, as much as I hate to admit it, the Ranger in 5e, for the vast majority of players, does not scale nearly as well as a lot of the other classes do. So that's just my personal opinion. You can feel free to debate it if you like, but it's just something I've seen demonstrated over and over again. And eventually when we will cover the Ranger as a class and break down all of its subclasses and everything else, I'll get into more in depth there, but in any case, not important. What is important is this spell. That being said, let's take a look at some alternative uses now. So the best alternative use is to use this in terms of just being a combat medic. The fact that it only takes a bonus action to cast, and the fact that it really only takes a bonus action to gain any level of interaction with it is super great, and the fact that it can heal without taking an action makes it ideal. It essentially provides you with a temporary secondary healer, which is really good and really beneficial in terms of action economy, which is nice. Outside of that, you could really leverage the fact that it takes such a potentially angelic figure, and you could use that to curry favor with towns, villages, maybe even primitive tribes as well. Outside of both of those things, I would like to point out that if you're in a particular area where there's a lot of combat in rapid succession, namely gladiatorial combat would be a good example, this would be a great way of still being able to get those heals in without directly participating in the fight yourself. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of really good uses for this. That being said, if you have any alternative uses, ideas, thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, please put it down beneath in the comment section. I really do appreciate it. And if you like that cool hand-drawn picture of Absurd and you'd like your own hand-drawn D&D picture, please check out the guild hall to figure out exactly how to do that. That being said, I hope you all have a great day, and as always, happy casting, everyone.